17 years.
Why don't you paddle? You've got two all over.
So you're Alex?
Yes, my name is Alex Kani. I'm Iranian, 42 years old. Right now in France since 1 year. And almost since 2006, I've been living outside. So it's around 15 years.
Right. So are you in Calais at the moment?
I'm very close to Calais. I'm in a very small town, very close to Calais. They provided us accommodation. Actually, they gave us a beautiful house, you know, a maison, a house on ground with yard, everything, with a garden. We are 5 in this house. Each of us got their own room.
Okay.
So I'm waiting. I done my interview for the asylum here in France. I did 2 interviews. I'm waiting for the results. But the other guys who are here, some of them they receive already. Some of them they waiting. Some of them they rejected. They're waiting to the appeal.
So I see
is almost maybe around by train around 1 hour to Calais, something like this.
Right. Okay. So you say that they've given you a house, you and some other people a house, and that's I take it obviously it's for migrants that are refugees. It's all refugees, is it?
Right. So the process is once you apply to seek asylum here in France. By the way, depending on the region, I hear some region maybe it takes lots of time to give you some accommodation. But in northern part of France, this province, Pas-de-Calais, where the Calais is located, because you know it's a very hot city and hot province, and French government themselves they don't want people to try to go to cross the channel, so they have provided many facilities, accommodation, camp centers for asylums and to stay and not to go to the UK or somewhere else.
So,
and that's why it's easier here to get an accommodation in this province.
Right, I see. Yeah, I get that then. So what are your reasons for leaving Iran, if you don't mind me asking?
To seek asylum?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
It's related to my ethnicity in southwest of Iran. Okay. And discrimination against my people, my tribe, my ethnicity over there. We are kind of minorities, and southwest of Iran, very close to the Iraqi border. All the Iranian wealth, majority of Iranian wealth, petroleum, petrochemical, everything is located there. But we are so, they discriminate us. We haven't been provided with anything, even with the very least minimum medical, supply and things.
Yeah.
And for example, we don't have right to. They consider us a second-class citizen, something like that.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So I know you've left Iran now, and have you got family over there and friends, obviously, that are still in Iran?
Yes, my mom, my dad, brother, sister, over there.
Yeah, so I suppose that's a bit hard leaving them behind. Have you,
Right.
have you, so you want to come to the UK? You
I
want,
wanted to come to the UK. I tried around 5 or 6 times to cross, and almost 3 or 4 times I went into the, into the sea, and we got into difficulties. We couldn't cross. We came back.
yeah,
And 2 or 3 times we went just beside the sea at the beach, but one time the police caught us. Another time the equipment didn't work, so some technical problem, and we came back as well. So it didn't work, and I was a little bit tired, and the weather was at that time was going to be into the autumn and winter, was getting cold and cold. So staying in jungle in Calais was not easy. So I said, me and 2 other of my friends, we said enough is enough. Let's go. Let's just seek asylum here. Unfortunately, those 2 friends of mine, which we went together, they had the fingerprint problem, the Dublin problem.
okay.
They had fingerprint from Germany, and finally, after 6 or 7 months, they've been with me. The French government refused to accept the asylum, the asylum request, and they told them that
Germany first.
Yeah, they said you have to go back to Germany. So they just ran away from the camp, the center which I was living with them, and one of them crossed almost 2 weeks ago to the UK with you. I saw him in your video.
Yeah, you said you've seen him on my channel.
Yeah, actually, I downloaded the video from your Twitter for him, so he can have it maybe for the future in case.
Yeah, yeah, you'll have to point him out to me, because we see quite a lot coming over, so it'd be nice to know which one he was. Yeah, it's interesting seeing that coming from your side, and then you actually see them arrive on this.
Yes, suddenly in Twitter I saw, oh my God, and he left us, but he didn't tell us that he's going to try to cross.
Yeah.
For the reason they don't want to say, maybe because maybe it doesn't work or something. And he said, I'm going to Calais a few days, stay with friends. And suddenly the next day I saw him in your video.
I bet you.
So it was a surprise for us as well. But at least he's, because he didn't have any opportunity. He had the Dublin problem. But at least over there in the UK, he doesn't, for now, nobody knows future, but for now, he doesn't have the Dublin, this fingerprint problem, but I'm sure they're going to have other problems, but hopefully not.
Yeah. I mean, when you got to, is that what they do with you guys? When you get there, they do the fingerprints with you. They do take ID and everything from you. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But unfortunately, I didn't have any finger. So France is my first country which I seek asylum. I had the asylum case, but back in 2006 in Italy. But more than 10 years, the database be deleted. Yeah. And that's gone because I left Europe to Malaysia. I stayed in Malaysia for 5 years, and I came back to Germany, did my master. So basically, France here is my technically my first country to seek asylum. So I'm normal. I did my interviews as well. I'm waiting for the results. So hopefully, let's see. But for them, because they recently they've been to Germany. So for them, no chance, And normally they are very sensitive to German fingerprint, the finger. So they don't, they don't cancel them easily. They don't, they don't forgive those German fingerprint easily, and they ask you have to go back to Germany.
Right. Okay. So they're quite strict then.
That's right. Some countries are very strict, and doesn't matter you single, you with family. Yesterday, an Afghan family called me. He used to be in our center, but they provided him house and things because he had a family with 5 children. 5 children. After almost 8 months, they asked them that. Unfortunately, your Dublin, France cannot accept you, and you have to go back to Austria. They had fingerprint in Austria. Oh, okay. And the guy said, listen, if I go there, the Austria has a policy with Afghanistan. They will deport us directly to Afghanistan. I have little children. I don't want to go. So he refused to go. And then they told him, okay, you go back to your accommodation. We will let you know the process. But I'm sure very little chance that they're gonna cancel the Dublin.
And this then leads them to take the extreme where they come over on the channel. Then that's why most
One of the this is actually one of the reason, yes, because I personally I know some people, even the guy who just crossed 2 weeks ago in your video, he was in Greece, he didn't have the paper. He said, if I had the paper in Greece, I would never come to Germany. And then in Germany, they refuse him. Here in France, even, they refuse him at least to get his, to get his asylum case.
Right.
Okay, this is regulation and law. I don't fight with it. This is what they call it, Dublin process, Dublin 3 or whatever. But most of them, because they don't have any other opportunity in other EU countries, believe me, most people, they don't want to take this journey and pay these people and take this journey, go in this miserable way. This is miserable. You go in a way that's like you are, I don't know, you are a slave, you are, you're captive, something like that. And the videos that they take you in Dover, from the moment they take you from water to take you, you put their hand on back of you, like you are in prisoner of war, and they take you inside that things that is humiliating, is very miserable. I don't know if
is that what you've seen happen over here in Dover?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, because we don't see that. We just see where we see it from. Them coming over on the boats, we just see them holding their arms or around their waist or something. We don't see them being forceful with them.
I've been a little bit philosophical with you about this thing. I don't mean that, of course, they are very respectful with them. Nobody insult them or something. But I mean that you grow in this way, and you know that you unwanted.
Oh, I see.
You uninvited.
Yeah.
But you go in this way, and everything over there is against you. So for me personally, it doesn't have a good feeling. I don't know, maybe some people, they don't care about these things, but for me, I'm an educated person. I had my master in Germany. I've been doing some stuff, so for me is not easy. And I mean that for most of these people, the refugee, if they have the process here in Europe, any European countries, most of them, they don't try this journey. It's not easy. And some of them, they go to try for 5-6 times or more than that.
I see your point, and I understand that. But when talking to many people that watch the migrants come in their views, or they see there's many migrants that come over for economic reasons. They're coming over for benefits and things like that, which it's a shame for those genuine refugees that, like yourself or other people that are being persecuted in different countries, when they get so many coming over just for housing benefits and things like that. So that's where the anger probably comes in from people that are watching this.
The thing is that maybe most people, they don't come for the benefit, because, for example, the benefit in Germany or in Sweden is far better than benefit in UK. The benefit in Norway is far better than United Kingdom. Is 10 times better, I promise you. But the reason is that they don't have paper. If those people, for example, majority of Iranian here, they're coming to Calais, they have been rejected in Germany. Believe me, if they had paper, and whether refugee or humanitarian, residency things in Germany, they would never ever, even if you offer them for free, I take you to United Kingdom for free in a limousine, they won't come.
They would rather not.
Yes, because the job market in Germany is number one. The facilities, the insurance, the housing, the joy, everything they have is okay. So because right now I hear that the rate of acceptance Iranian, they getting refugee status in Germany is almost 10%. It used to be 80% in 2015, but right now is around 10%. So just imagine. But in the United Kingdom, before this Corona situation, and in the last year there were more interviews. Almost 80 to 85% of Iranian, they got refugee status in the United Kingdom. So number one priority in Europe for asylum seeker is paper, number one. Number two is benefit. You know, some people got their paper in Greece and they stay there. They never got out of, you know, Greece, even though, you know, Greece has difficulties with some beneficial things and hospitals, medical care, those things.
Yeah.
So number one priority is to have your paper. Most people are these people, they don't have paper, and most of them, I can say more or less maybe 80 to 85% of this, you know, the recent asylum, this who have been crossing the channel, they have been rejected at least in one EU country.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
think,
and
you know, because we see, when we see, we don't, you know, we see quite a few people coming over, as you know, and I know they're asked all the time if you've got papers with you and everything, and they all say they've got no ID, no papers, and we've seen some chuck their bags and like wallets into the water off the boat, so it's like they're hiding their ID, you know. So
no, they don't. No, believe me, most of them, they don't have any ID or residency. Even if they have, maybe is for example a temporary residency card or temporary asylum seeking card of Italy or Germany or Sweden or someplace.
yeah,
I have seen maybe 1 or 2 cases which they had paper. One of my friends who crossed last year was with us, but he paid another smaller cross.
yeah.
He had paper from Poland.
Right.
And he said, and once he reached to UK, he called me every day. He said, listen, here is a I'm sorry to say that is a bullshit place and country. I want to get back to Poland. And he was in chat with Polish truck driver every day to get him back to Poland.
Oh, okay.
He said this was one of my wrongest decision of my life to come to UK. From that beautiful Warsaw, I had a beautiful life. I thought here is wonderful. I came here, nothing. And now he stayed because, you know, he couldn't have that chance to get back or something. Then he decided, okay. Then he got a job in a restaurant, pizzeria or something. Now he stay over there. And another one was a lady, Iranian woman who came to my center with 2 children. They had paper in Romania. And they said, you know, Romania actually, even Romanian themselves, they coming outside to work. So just imagine, for us, nothing over there.
Yeah. So is the UK easier to obtain papers than with the migrant?
I think, okay, for Iranian and Sudanese is much easier than other EU countries.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, also I've got a few questions that some of the people that are on my channel would like to ask.
All right.
Yeah, if you don't mind answering.
No problem.
Just because you have actually answered some of it whilst you've been talking anyway, but someone that has asked if you came over on the free travel zone between the Ukraine and Iran, does that mean anything to you?
Free travel zone between where, sorry?
Between the Ukraine and Iran. That was a question one of them asked.
Between Ukraine and Iran.
Yeah, like a travel zone. It's a free travel zone between the UK and Iran. They wanted to know if you crossed that way or if that's how you got over.
It means that if I had the possibility to come to the UK legally.
Yeah.
You mean?
Oh, is that what? Yeah, right. Okay. I think that's probably what it means then. I don't know, because I've not heard about the free travel zone, to be honest.
If you can ask them, if you can ask them to clarify the question, because I didn't understand it.
Yeah, and then and another one is when you're over here, are your intentions to work, or because I heard you, I'm sure I've seen that you've got your own business, is it? Or you got your own
I would like, you know, if one day, whether in France or wherever else, I get my paper, I want to do something. I want to be productive, you know. I don't want to be, even right now, I'm not, believe me, even I don't have my paper here every day, 8 or 9 hours, I'm studying French, Français.
Yeah, I've
So
noticed
it's
you,
not my life.
you are educating quite a lot.
Yes, and I speak German, Italian, I speak English. Right now I started Francais. So I want to be productive. I want to do something. I want to, start some business, do something.
Yeah, you could become a translator with all those languages.
Yeah, or even much bigger than that. I see bigger picture, not only a small translator. So, because I have energy, I have knowledge, and I have my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody who just, wake up and just left everything, So I'm sorry for many of these asylum seekers and refugees who, I have friends who crossed last year.
Yeah.
And you can't believe that. Right last week, he called me, one of them, and put the phone onto his, I don't know, somebody in the hotel, and tell me, please translate this thing for this hotel manager, something like, please come and clean my room. Yeah. And I said, my guy, you are for 1 year in the middle of London, in a free hotel, and you have internet access, you have everything, and even you can go in outside, you talk with people, you can at least you can learn few verbs, few things.
Yeah.
You are still, after 1 year, you can translate, come and clean my room. So it's,
yeah, and I think,
I'm sorry to say that, but this thing irritating for me, this thing is very,
I think this is a worry for a lot of people, wondering if people are coming over, they're not going to get jobs, they're just going to, take the benefits, and, because we do see quite a lot of that. We're not saying you are, or any of your friends.
Right.
We see quite a lot coming over from different countries that just come over for the benefits. And that's a big worry for a lot of people over here.
Right.
And at the minute, because so many people are coming over, it's quite a lot of people coming over.
Yeah, every night you see 200, 300 people passing.
Yeah, well, it's what we've noted down at the moment is 3,000. What was it? 3,000. What did I say? 3,000.
3,000, I think.
3,000 anyway. That came over already this year that we've noted. That's not through air, train, or ferry, or any other means. That's what.
Yeah, by air or something. Yes.
Yeah, and it's
only crossing the channel. Yes.
That's it. Coming through the docks. That's all we've noted. And it's double, that's gone over the limit from last year. So it's kind of like, we see that coming in. So that's what's worrying a lot of people. I mean,
and will be more and more and more. Last week I was in Calais, and I met people from this Care for Calais as well. And I spent one night with a few friends and some of those asylum seekers, some of those people who planning to cross.
Yeah.
And I saw them, they were Iranians, Sudanese, Eritrean, and even from a Telegram group, which the people Iranian discussing crossing on these things, I see many people are on the way from Bosnia, from Serbia, from Greece, from Italy, from Iran, from Turkey, from everywhere.
Yeah.
The people are coming because right now, it has been never easier than this moment to cross the channel.
Yeah.
From both sides, from French side and from UK side.
Yeah.
And both sides, okay, French, maybe they don't have, I believe they may have a plan or something for that, but they don't take it seriously because they have lots of immigrants. So maybe they say, okay, let's go. I close my eyes, you just cross,
Yeah, well, yeah, we've noticed.
My question, what worries me, and what I don't know what is the agenda behind it, is the UK government willingly opened the door. So I'm sure they're not stupid. They have something on mind, but nobody knows that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have noticed. When you talk about Care for Calais, I know they help refugees. So what is it that you obviously keep in touch with them? What is it they do with you? What if they
I just asked them because in my previous center I didn't have nothing, actually, no internet, nothing, just a very didn't have access to anything. So I got a little bit bored. I wanted to do something for people, for asylum, for migrants. So I asked few of these associations, organizations, if you need any help with translation, interpretation for free, just voluntary things.
Yeah.
I'm available on phone. You can call me in case I'm not in Calais, but sometime maybe I can be in Calais as well. If somebody gets into trouble, some family, some women, children. So some ladies from this Care for Calais, they contacted me. They said, okay, we may need your help in future. Sometimes we need translator for Iranians, Afghani. And they told me, I think Thursday, and every Thursday and Tuesday, they are in Calais in the jungle area.
Yeah.
They providing, I don't know, medical help of these things. And I went there. I went to visit some of my friends in jungle and said, I saw them that they van is over there. And I went to say hi to them, you know.
Yeah. Do they
Nice people.
Do they help people come over the channel? Do they
No. They never do that.
Yeah.
They maybe provide you, for example, with a smartphone or with a pair of shoes,
Yeah.
t-shirt, I don't know, some medical things, but
Yeah.
they never ever help you with, okay, you get on a boat, or I take you to the sea, or I take you. No.
Yeah.
They never do that.
Yeah, that's
no organization, no association in Calais do that, because even if they want to do that, they fear of, you know, it's very illegal. You go to jail.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to know, because everyone, you know, a lot of people were worried about that they were, you know, helping.
No. They never ever do that. They may provide you. You say, listen, I don't have shoes, t-shirt. I need that. Maybe if you have a second-hand phone for me, or if you have a power bank or something,
Yeah.
if you have a UK SIM card or something like that. But to take you to, no, they never ever do that.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So how long have you been in? How long did you say you've been in France for?
In 2 weeks is going to be exactly 1 year.
1 year, that's right. Yeah. So, and it's been how long since you've left Iran?
I left Iran in 2006.
2006.
So it's a longer story. I've been to Italy before, to Greece. I stayed 5 years in Italy. Then I came over to Germany in 2011. It was in the midst of financial crisis. Then my Italian paper finished. I went to Malaysia. I stayed in Malaysia for 5 years. I did some, you know, small things, business over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got visa for a master course in Germany. I came to Germany until 2017. In 2017 until 2020.
Yeah.
I finished my master. I worked 1 year in Frankfurt airport as well as check-in agent. And then my German visa was finished, and unfortunately they didn't renew it.
Okay. So
and then
the interviews you've been for, if you're not successful, what happens next? What happens after that?
Okay, it depends. If they reject my asylum case, it depends what are the reason. So I'm gonna check out the reason with the lawyer. Because my case, I provided them lots of document, and it took almost 5 hours, two sessions. Most interviews here are 1 hour or less, but mine took 5 hours.
Oh, cool.
And I provided lots of documents.
Yeah.
So I believe that my case is very proud. There are high chances, maybe above 80%, that I will get my paper in my without appeal, you know, in the first court, in the first interview.
Yeah.
But in case nobody's sure, in case if they reject me, then I will look into the reason. If reason are something that I can work on them in my, you know, appeal court, because right now I more or less speak French, and I'm getting to know the country, the society, the culture, things. It's a beautiful, lovely place. The people are so lovely. And if I see that in case of rejection, I have chance in the court, I will stay.
Yeah.
But if I see that my lawyer said, listen, these things, you won't stand any chance in your, you know, the court as well. So maybe I plan United Kingdom, because that's the wise decision. Not only because I love, or, you know, there is something over there waiting for me. No, I know if you go there, maybe you stay 2-3 years waiting for your interview. Maybe you are staying in a little village in northern part, which absolutely nothing, and they don't give you money, they don't give you anything.
Yeah.
For a few years. So but the only things I told you in my starting of interview, that number one thing for asylum seeker in Europe is paper,
Yeah.
documents.
Yeah.
Document comes before anything.
Mm. And when we watched your documentary, you mentioned that you tried a couple of times to get over, and the what was it? You turned up, you paid to come over, and then the boats weren't there or something. Is that right? Because of the weather or something?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Oh. Okay. I paid. My first one was I paid 2,500 euro.
Yeah.
So the guy decided 2 times. Unfortunately, my mistake was that I paid these people in cash. I didn't put the money in those agencies. They have few agencies that you just you deposit the money, and if you cross, they're gonna get paid. Otherwise, your money is safe.
Yeah.
So the first one was unsuccessful.
No.
And the guy was in the UK, he's still in the UK, and he said, listen, sorry, go and fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And the second one, I paid as well. I didn't know because I was in a rush. I said, listen, let's quickly pay it, and cross and finish the deal. And the second one, actually, he tried almost 3 or 4 times, but he had, many passengers on board, many people on board. So the boat almost in 3 times. One time the motor didn't work well, and 2 times the boat almost we went around 1 or 2 kilometers, and the boats went down. Almost sinking.
Yeah.
Because many people inside the boat. If the capacity was 20 people, he put 40, 50.
Oh my God! So overloading it, because we see some that are so big, and they've got like over 40 people on one boat, and you're thinking, how do they do it? It's
the boat. If the boat is, they have 9-meter boats. For 9-meter boats, 40 people is okay, but he put almost 80 or 70 something. The normal ones are 4-meter boats, which normally they put 14 or 15 people.
Yeah. Well, because we see a lot of children coming over as well, and that's quite scary for the children coming over in those conditions, especially when there's waves and so on. I know they get, the French sometimes escort them over.
Right.
But we know
not sometimes, always.
But then once they're in the water, aren't they? So it's, it's
because they follow in some international rule. Actually in water you cannot force people, because if somebody just jump because of out of fear, jump inside the water and he loses his life, you are responsible for that.
That's right.
Especially these people, they can't feel little children. They can, they can't force them by gun or something that, listen, stop, or I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna something. They can't do that. So basically they come to get you only if you ask for it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, what I meant was like we see the French sort of escorting the migrants over to our waters, and then our border force go over then and pick up the migrants from the boats. So that's what
this is actually the policy. So that the regulation says if somebody is illegally present himself on the UK border, whether border in water or airports or soil, he has the right to seek asylum on the border.
Yeah.
So right until to now they follow regulation, but I have some fear. I see bad things coming. I don't know why, but I believe that they are planning something which they don't tell to the public.
Who's that? The French or the
No, the UK government is planning something.
Really? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I've heard
the UK government is planning something and they keep quiet about it. If you see that Priti Patel or the Boris Johnson is absolutely zero about immigration. He doesn't say anything. But Priti Patel, if she says something, she just said to, we need legal routes or point-based system or these things, or we have to fight with criminal human trafficking or something. She doesn't say nothing, even one word about people crossing the channel. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Well, we, you know, people over here get quite frustrated with Priti Patel, to be honest, because you know, she talks, but she doesn't actually do anything. We think so, you know. That's one of those situations. But
Yeah.
are you willing to go back in the on the channel if push came to
I
shove?
said, yeah, if they accept me here as a refugee status, they give me refugee status in France, never ever, never
Really?
ever. Here, France is 200 times better than UK.
Yeah.
In term of benefit. Believe me, I didn't know that. Initially, I thought is a bullshit place. But
So
now I know how much benefit they give 200 times better benefit than United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, everywhere.
Oh, okay, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
But that just goes to say then I won't be filming you coming off the docks.
I don't care. I don't have a problem. You can show my video to
No, I mean I won't.
immigration office of France or UK or wherever you want. I don't care how that.
What I mean is I won't see you coming over on the channel, so I won't get to film you coming off the boats.
No, I hope not. I hope not. Yeah, and even one day if I want to come to the UK, I would love to come legally by a visa like a gentleman. I want to take my flights and, you know, just like a human.
Yeah, and this is
not like sheep and goats in this way. My God, this is humiliating. This is so miserable. We are in 2021 and people coming. I have no idea if you have been in Calais or not, to see how people are miserably living in Calais for months and even sometimes for years in hope to cross.
Yeah.
And you know, the people I have talked with many of them, whether Iranian or non-Iranians, the mentality is, if you cross this sea, the other side is a heaven, is a paradise, the rivers of honey and virgin woman, everything is on the other side. Yeah. And you are still forever young. This is the belief that they have, people here in Calais. And I tell them sometimes, listen, I don't want to make you know this person, but on the other side there are problems as well. Yeah. On the other side there are desperation. On the other side there are, you know, sadness as well. Yeah. Of course they are happiness too. Of course they are lovely things, but don't think that other side is, you know, is a paradise, is utopia, and here you suffer. No.
Yeah, it's a case of thinking the grass is greener on the other side, isn't it? That's what.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
And interesting, some people, some of this asylum telling me, because I asked them why you want to go, and some of them they say because they speak English is easier. And I said, do you speak English? They said no. I said, okay, you don't speak English, so for you, which you don't understand the language, English or French should be in the similar, you know, similar route to a start. Yeah. English or German, English or I don't know, whatever.
It's a sorry state at the minute, isn't it? But well, I think we'll close it down there, and I think it's been a lovely interview with you, and it's been
right. No problem.
All this time. I'll probably be in touch with you again soon to see if you want another interview.
Sure, no problem. I'm always ready, available for you. No problem.
See how you get on with your you know, your interviews, and see how you got on with that. So that'll be interesting.
Yes. Wish me luck, please.
Oh, definitely. All right, then you take care. And it was lovely.
All right, thank you very much. You take care as well. Lovely time. Yeah.
All right, you take care. See you soon.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.